To delete data from a cell, all you need to do is place the cursor inside that cell and hit the delete key. It's going to blank it out. In fact, you can click and drag with your mouse. You can delete entire columns and rows, and drag the mouse and change, and anywhere there's this highlighted text, you can hit the delete key and it's going to clear everything. Now, this is not to be confused with swapping cells and deleting entire columns and rows and worrying about those gaps in the middle. We're going to learn how to take care of all of that when we talk about columns and rows. Right now, I'm just making sure that you understand how to delete data from cells. Now, you can also copy data from cells. The easiest way is to use your keyboard shortcuts. I'm going to start by copying everything. Maybe you just want another copy to work with. So I will click and drag to select all my text, and I'm going to hit Control or Command if you're on a Mac, C to copy. And then I'll place my cursor below and hit Control or Command V to paste. And now I have an entirely new copy of all that data. It even copied all those formulas. I'll undo that. Something else that you can do is drag data. Sometimes it's a lot easier and faster. I'll select all my text, and if I slowly move my cursor to the right edge of all the selected text, you may be able to see here that the cursor changes to a crosshair. And all I need to do is slide the data around. I can put it wherever I want it to. Maybe I just want to move it down a few rows. I can let go, and it's going to move everything. I can slide it over, and again, it moves everything. There is one situation I want to tell you about. Remember this formula. When we copied everything, it kept everything intact. So if I copied this first and last name field along with my formula column and paste it somewhere else, it's going to keep everything intact. We've seen this. But if I only copy this name column, I'll come over here to column G and paste it. Everything's blank. That's because sometimes your data is going to be considered absolute, and sometimes the formulas are going to be relative. That is, sometimes they're going to be locked in to where they are in that sheet, and sometimes they're going to move around. In cases like these, we can paste the values of the end result of this formula in. That is, I don't care about the formula. I just need Callie Reynolds' name to be in this field. Maybe I just need to print off something to show a manager or a quick report. So in that case, I can paste these as values. I'll select my data by clicking and dragging. I'll copy it by hitting Command C. And I'll come over to the column. And you can right-click, but you can also use the Home Ribbon tab to do your copy and cut and paste. In this case, I'll click the down arrow next to Paste. And here I can see this Paste Values area. And in fact, if I hover my mouse over it, I can get some previews as to what's going to happen. In fact, as you can see here, if I just hover my mouse over the Paste button, everything gets blank. So that's how I know that's going to happen already. If I hover my mouse over Paste Values, I like this value. This is the result I want, so I'm going to click on it. And here I can see it's only pasted the values, that is, the result of the formula. So again, this isn't going to be good for every situation, especially if it's a number crunching situation in which you need to know what that formula was to know how you arrived at that figure. But in this case, I just need a list of names. Again, I'm going to print it out or I'm going to email it to my manager, and this fits my needs just fine. So that's when pasting values is a great solution. It won't be good all the time. In this case, it was good. So that is how you can delete cells and move them around and copy and paste them.